Respect. Not your genuine love. Respect page. I truly appreciate your time to the genuine ones only. Protect your energy because not everybody's deserving of your time. you know, have a safe day and have a safe weekend. When you a child of God, you don't have to fake gaslight nobody. When God's working in your favor, because you are the miracle within the miracle. You know, the trauma that was installed within you from a child point of view, being sexually assaulted, dealing with discrimination, and you put a name to your book and it went into your adulthood, trauma on top of trauma, discrimination, family, dysfunctional, unhealthy relationship, domestic violence, sicknesses, violence. You put a name to your book. And when God allows you to elevate and become your best self vision of yourself, they're not going to understand how. How you elevating? How? It's not meant for them to understand that bond that you have with God. And you don't got to sit here and fake gaslight nobody that God's working on your timing. And that you don't have to sit here and fake gaslight nobody, that you're genuinely at peace with yourself to respect your neighbor and stay in your own lane without having malicious intentions to bring harm towards yourself and others around you. It's called respect. I'm not going to respect my neighbor. My neighbor not going to like me, but it's okay. But God sees all the third-party conversations my neighbor's having about me when it comes to me. It's the mindset for me when they don't understand that God is working in your favor. You know, just because you see your neighbor elevating, becoming a best self vision of themselves, and they don't have to fake gaslight nobody, because God is working in their favor. You know, the confidence that they have within them, it took a brave person to stand up for themselves. It took a brave person to understand that with change comes growth, with growth comes true understanding of self, and that there are better days ahead, because God is allowing you to see that there are better days ahead. You walk by faith, not by sight, and they don't understand how you elevate and becoming your best self vision of yourself. When you ask God to remove certain people out of your life for all the right reasons, not in a toxic way, you know, you don't got to physically put your hands on somebody or have somebody do anything to anybody at the end of the day, or let alone do spell work to be projected on somebody to prove a point. When your neighbor doesn't want to see you elevate because they don't understand how you have the confidence within, because they don't have self-confidence within them. So they're hate in disguise with malicious intentions because you have self-confidence within yourself and they want you to be quiet so bad. But God is not allowing you to be quiet. God wants you to elevate and understand what God installed within you, to speak up for yourself. Don't allow someone that doesn't have confidence within themselves to allow you to be on their low vibrational energy, because they don't want to see you elevate and doing God's work and showing up for yourself. You know, to elevate and becoming your best self-vision of yourself. You know, these tools that God installed within us: self-awareness, self-respect, self-peace, self-control, self-discipline, self-confidence, self-care, self-value, self-love, self-worth, self-patience, and healthy boundaries. So you can elevate and become your best self-vision of yourself. To understand what self-confidence means to you. When it comes to self-confidence, knowing your true self-worth. That you're not settling for less, allowing someone to disrespect you when you're bringing the table to them, and they're choosing you to sit at their table, that energy hit different. And they're not understanding how you have the confidence within you to respect yourself enough to stay in your own lane, and you don't have to go back with words to exchange with them because they're hating disguise and they're miserable within, and get genuinely at peace with yourself. Because tuning into them wasn't part of God's plan, but tuning into yourself to understand the self-respect of loving yourself and not allowing someone to psych you out your freedom or your thought process or your pockets, allow you to put yourself in a situation where you're reevaluating your thought process and saying to yourself is, I went back and forth with someone that didn't have common sense. I went back and forth with someone that didn't have common sense, that didn't have self-confidence within. They allowed me to go down to a low vibrational frequency, and that wasn't part of God's plan. Now you got to start all over and elevate all over again and reevaluate your thought process. It didn't have to be your time and place, but it was a lesson within to understand at the end of the day, never allow someone thought process to be projected on your mindset because they can't get in tune to who they are today, because they're so jealous of the fact that something that you have within that's so natural, and you ain't got to fake the funk to show at the end of the day that you mean what you say, that you're true to yourself, to be a real one, to have self-confidence within. It's the mindset for me to never allow the enemy or someone that's a hate in disguise or someone that doesn't have common sense or someone that doesn't have self-confidence within to allow you to feel that you're unworthy of yourself because of the fact that they don't have confidence within. They would try to bring you down to their level, but you can't scoop to their level because it wasn't part of God's plan. And when God heard the third-party conversations within, those third-party conversations that they was having when it came to your name, God was reevaluating you, their thought process and telling them you need to go within and do the inner healing, but they chose not to. It's the mindset for me. Just because you see your neighbor elevate and becoming a best self version of themselves, regardless to what trauma was in store within them from a child point of view going into their adulthood. Just because you see somebody that has self-confidence within them and they don't got to fake gaslight nobody, let alone wear a mask about it, to be at peace with themselves. It's not meant for you to understand how brave they are within. Because you're not for them, evidently. Because to sit there and judge your neighbor on having self-confidence within themselves in a healthy way, not a toxic way, that energy hit different. It's funny how people don't stand up for things that they need to speak about, like the toxic stuff and the unhealthy behavior, the violence and the domestic violence and the disrespect within the disrespect. That nobody has confidence for that, but they have confidence to bring their neighbor down. But they don't have confidence to deal with the enemy that's telling them that I'm about to suck you out your freedom, let alone your pockets and your eyesight, and allow your family not to elevate. It be the mindset for me. You got too much time in your hands to sit there and bother an innocent person who has self-confidence within. If you just do the inner healing within, you will understand how to have self-confidence within. It would never be an overnight process, respectfully. But to tune into yourself, to respect yourself, is to respect your neighbor. It's called respect, neighbor. And stop being a hater in disguise. It don't matter how much money you have at the end of the day. A hater gonna be a hater. They ain't gonna say they a hater. They'll try to laugh it off because they don't want nobody laughing at them. But now you know how I feel for somebody to laugh at you now, right? It's the mindset for me. Wouldn't matter if you're a billionaire, millionaire, less money or no money, lit pockets at the end of the day. A hater will show who they truly are in disguise. And their intentions ain't good. It's the mindset for me. Stop trying to project spell work on innocent people. That's trying to elevate. It's the mindset for me. Stay in your lane, neighbor, because you don't want to see somebody elevate faster than you. It wasn't part of your plan when it came to God's timing for you to elevate the way they're elevating right now, as fast as they elevating. You know, when their dreams come true, something that you can't get in tune with because you didn't do the inner healing within. I hope one day you find peace with yourself in your own lane. But in the meantime, stay in your own lane and respect yourself to respect your neighbor. It's called respect, neighbor. It's the mindset for me. Just because someone gave up on you, don't give up on yourself. Just because someone overlooked you, don't give up on yourself. You are genuinely loved by all the right people. You are genuinely respected by all the right people. And you should receive respect. 365 days with no malicious intentions to bring harm towards yourself and others around you. Protect your energy because not everybody's ever get time. Never allow the enemy or hate in disguise or personal malicious intention. It's like you watch your thought process on your freedom or your eyesight, your pockets, because you are worthy and you matter. God did not install within us for us to give up, live in fear, and be discouraged. God installed patience within us because God chose you to see the day, and God was patient with your process so you could be patient with yourself to elevate, become your best self vision of yourself. I truly appreciate the time to the genuine ones only. Have a safe day, have a safe week, have a safe weekend. Love yourself with God's protection every direction. It's the thought process for me. Now your genuine love. Have a safe day, have a safe week, have a safe weekend.